For centuries, the great monuments of the ancient world have held their secrets tight. Structures like the Pantheon in Rome, still standing after 2 millennia, have left us staring in awe, with far more questions than answers. How did they build them? What did their symbols mean? What lay hidden just beneath the surface? For most of history, we've been looking at the past through a keyhole, only ever seeing a tiny piece of the full picture. But that's all changing. The past is finally starting to talk. Not through newly discovered dusty books, but through the language of data, lasers, and artificial intelligence. We are living in a revolutionary age where science is decoding the ancient world, and it's revealing more than we ever dreamed possible. Today, we're going into the cutting-edge labs and out to remote excavation sites to see exactly how modern science is rewriting history, one discovery at a time. Let's start with one of the most durable materials ever made by human hands, Roman concrete. For 2,000 years, buildings like the Colosseum and ancient aqueducts have survived earthquakes, wars, and the relentless march of time, while our modern concrete can start to crumble in just a few decades. So, what was their secret? For a long time, the best guess was their use of volcanic ash or pozzolana. This ash, mixed with lime and water, created an incredibly strong mortar. But that was only part of the story. Researchers were still stumped by one consistent feature in ancient Roman concrete: tiny, white, millimeter-sized chunks they called lime clasts. For decades, these were written off as just sloppy mixing or proof of poor quality materials. It just didn't make sense. As MIT professor Admir Mezik put it, if the Romans put so much effort into making an outstanding construction material, why would they put so little effort into ensuring the production of a well-mixed final product? This is where modern science stepped in. Using high-resolution imaging and chemical mapping, a team of researchers from MIT, Harvard, and labs in Italy analyzed samples from a 2,000-year-old archaeological site. They found these lime clasts weren't a mistake at all. They were the key to the concrete's incredible lifespan. The team figured out that the Romans used a process called hot mixing, where they added quicklime directly to the mix. This created extreme temperatures, intentionally forming these brittle little lime pockets. And here's the genius part. These clasts give the concrete a built-in repair system. When tiny cracks start to form, they naturally spread to these weaker lime clasts. Then, as soon as water seeps into the cracks, it reacts with the lime. This creates a calcium-rich solution that recrystallizes, filling the crack and literally healing the damage before it can spread. To prove it, the researchers made their own batch of Roman-style concrete using the hot mixing method, cracked it on purpose, and ran water through it. In just 2 weeks, the cracks had completely healed. This discovery doesn't just solve an ancient engineering mystery. It offers a roadmap for creating more durable, sustainable buildings today, all inspired by the genius of the past. Some of history's greatest secrets aren't written down. They're buried under centuries of jungle or locked inside artifacts too fragile to even touch. But what if you could see through a forest canopy as if it wasn't there? Or read a scroll that was flash-fried into charcoal by a volcano? That's exactly what modern imaging technology now allows us to do. One of the most revolutionary tools in archaeology is LiDAR, which stands for light detection and ranging. By firing millions of laser pulses from a plane or drone, LiDAR creates a hyper-detailed 3D map of the ground, digitally stripping away vegetation. This tech has been a total game-changer, especially in places like the Amazon. For a long time, historians assumed the dense rainforest was no place for large, complex civilizations. LiDAR has proven that assumption spectacularly wrong. In the Apano Valley of Ecuador, LiDAR recently uncovered a massive network of lost cities inhabited 2,500 years ago, a full 1,000 years older than any other known complex Amazonian society. The laser mapping revealed over 6,000 earthen platforms, plazas, and residential mounds connected by an astonishingly complex system of roads. Researchers identified 5 large settlements and 10 smaller ones, showing a level of urbanization that is forcing a complete rewrite of Amazonian history. In a similar vein, recent LiDAR surveys near Machu Picchu have revealed more than a dozen previously unknown structures hidden in the dense vegetation, including ceremonial complexes and advanced water systems, suggesting the site was far larger than anyone knew. But maybe the most mind-blowing example of science revealing the unseeable comes from the Roman city of Herculaneum. When Mount Vesuvius erupted in 79 AD, it entombed a library with hundreds of papyrus scrolls. Carbonized by the intense heat, they were turned into brittle lumps of charcoal that would crumble to dust if anyone tried to unroll them. For centuries, their contents were lost to history. Now, thanks to a global competition called the Vesuvius Challenge, those silent voices are speaking again. Scientists used powerful X-rays to create high-resolution 3D scans of the rolled-up scrolls. A team of 3 researchers then used an AI they trained to detect the subtle differences in the scan indicating the presence of ancient ink. The AI learned to virtually unroll the scroll and identify the letters inside. In a groundbreaking achievement, the team won the grand prize by reading over 2,000 Greek characters from deep inside one of the scrolls. The text is a philosophical work by the Epicurean philosopher Philodemus, discussing pleasure and how it relates to life's virtues. This is the first time a text from this lost library has ever been read, a feat that's being called one of the great discoveries of our time. It's incredible to think that we're the first generation in 2,000 years to read these words. If you find these breakthroughs as amazing as I do, give this video a like, and make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the past. Of the hundreds of thousands of ancient clay tablets and inscriptions unearthed around the world, the vast majority sit in museums untranslated. Why? Because there are only a few hundred experts on Earth who can read complex dead languages like Akkadian cuneiform, the world's oldest writing system. It's a painstaking, slow process. But what if you could create a Google Translate for the ancient world? That's exactly what researchers are now building with AI. A team of archaeologists and computer scientists developed a neural machine translation model for Akkadian cuneiform. They fed an AI a database of already translated texts, teaching it to translate both from transliterations, the cuneiform symbols written in Latin script, and directly from images of the symbols themselves. The results are stunning. The AI provides fast, first-pass English translations of Akkadian tablets with a high degree of accuracy, which scholars can then refine. It's massively accelerating our ability to unlock the day-to-day history of ancient Mesopotamia. This same collaborative spirit recently led to another huge breakthrough, the deciphering of a language that had stumped scholars for over 70 years. Known as the unknown Kushan script, this writing system was used by the powerful Kushan Empire in Central Asia between the 2nd century BC and the 3rd century AD. Though discovered in the 1950s, no one could read it. The key came in 2022 with the discovery of a bilingual inscription carved on a rock face in Tajikistan. This carving, like a miniature Rosetta Stone, had the same text in both the known Bactrian language and the unknown Kushan script. A team of young linguists at the University of Cologne used this to make the connection. By identifying the name of a Kushan king and a title that appeared in both languages, they started matching characters to sounds. They have now successfully deciphered about 60% of the script, revealing it to be a previously unknown Middle Iranian language. This success doesn't just give us a new language to study. It opens a direct window into the history and culture of the influential Kushan Empire, a civilization that stood at the heart of the Silk Road. Not all of history's secrets are written down. Some of the biggest mysteries are buried with the dead or hidden in the soil itself. Today, scientists are acting as forensic detectives for the past, using modern analytical techniques to solve millennia-old cold cases by following the most unexpected clues. Take Hannibal's crossing of the Alps in 218 BC. The Carthaginian generals march with an army of 30,000 men, 15,000 horses, and 37 elephants to attack Rome is one of the most audacious military moves in history. But for over 2,000 years, no one could agree on his exact route. The ancient texts were vague, and no archaeological evidence had ever been found. The answer, it turns out, wasn't in artifacts, but in poop. An international team led by a geologist from York University decided to investigate a remote pass called the Kernel de la Traversette on the French-Italian border. Reasoning that such a massive group of men and animals had to stop somewhere, they took soil samples from a bog near the pass. What they found was a heavily disturbed layer of soil containing huge quantities of ancient animal feces. Using microbial analysis, they identified microbes from a group called Clostridia, which make up over 70% of the microbes in horse manure. Radiocarbon dating placed the layer right around 218 BC, the exact time of Hannibal's invasion. This paleontological evidence provided the first solid proof of Hannibal's route. solving a 2,000-year-old mystery with a brilliantly unconventional method. Forensic science is also shedding light on some of history's grimmest discoveries. At a Roman-era bathhouse in Ashkelon, Israel, archaeologists uncovered the bones of nearly 100 infants in a sewer. All of them appeared to be newborns, and initial theories pointed to the widespread Roman practice of female infanticide. For years, it was assumed these were unwanted baby girls. However, when researchers analyzed DNA from the remains, the results were shocking. Of the samples they could identify, a large majority were male. This flipped the old theory on its head. The leading hypothesis now is that the bathhouse may have also served as a brothel, and these were the unwanted children of the women who worked there, tragically disposed of without ceremony. This grim discovery, decoded through DNA, gives us a raw, unfiltered look at the brutal realities of life in some corners of the Roman world. From the self-healing concrete of Rome to the lost cities of the Amazon, we are witnessing a complete transformation in how we understand the past. Science is handing us a new set of keys to unlock secrets that have been sealed for millennia. Technologies like LiDAR, artificial intelligence, and forensic analysis aren't just adding footnotes to history, they're rewriting entire chapters. We are peering through jungle canopies to find sprawling urban centers, reading the words of philosophers from scrolls that were burned 2,000 years ago, and finally understanding the ingenious engineering that let ancient structures outlast our own. Each discovery is a testament not only to the incredible ingenuity of the ancient world, but also to the power of modern scientific curiosity. The most exciting part is, this is just the beginning. As these technologies get even more powerful and accessible, what other mysteries will we solve? What other lost languages will we hear speak again? The line between past and present is blurring. For the first time, we have the tools to have a direct conversation with antiquity. The ancient world has a lot more to tell us, and now we are finally ready to listen.